In the last 10 years, Snack has provided fighter training stack supplements to more than 20 world champions, including Mikey Garcia, Demetrius Andrade, and Caleb Plant. If you're ready to take your fight game to the next level, the Snack Fighter Training Stack is for you.
Hey everybody, Marcos Villegas here in Florida at the St. Pete Boxing Club, being joined with Keith Thurman, who fights Manny Pacquiao July 20th on pay-per-view, your first foray into pay-per-view, but fighting an opponent in Manny Pacquiao that's a legendary figure. He's like a living legend. Keith, this is the first time we got to see you spar in person. This is the first time you've been in the ring in a while. How did it feel?
Obviously wasn't my best day. Plus we did circuit training before we even got into the ring. So we got into the ring tired today, but we pushed ourselves and it felt good, you know, seeing the angles against the southpaw. My last fighter, Jose Cito Lopez, was a long, lanky right-hander. Manny Pacquiao's a short, explosive southpaw. It's completely night and day, and so preparation is going to be very important. But I'm enjoying it. It was really nice to be in the ring. It was really nice to see punches and seeing the angles opening. You know, we got new 18-ounce gloves we were using. We had a new headgear on, you know. It just felt good, man. You know, boxing is a beautiful sport. I feel really confident in my right hand. I'm always confident in my movement, but I'm trying to not utilize it as much. You know, I want to hold my ground, stand my ground, and, you know, let Manny Pacquiao do what Manny Pacquiao does, because I believe that when he fights and when he opens up, you know, just like all the great matches that he was in the past, you know, he gives it, but he takes it because he's more offensive than defensive, you know, and he almost uses his offense as his defense because he's so offensive and he attacks you from different angles. So while he's using his offense and then while he's moving around you, that's the defensive move that he applies in his offensive strategy, but he's really also utilizing those angles to hopefully hit you from a new angle and a different approach. So my sparring partner was trying to mimic that a little bit, you know. Everybody, I tell them, you know, I know you're a southpaw. I know you have a fight style that got you to where you are today, but you're in this training camp, and, you know, I need you to fight a little bit like Manny Pacquiao. Please go home, watch some tapes, watch some highlights, and mimic a little bit of that burst of energy, those flurries and attacks. If you want to stay in my chest, move around, whatever you can do that mimics, because it's impossible to clone Manny Pacquiao. We're not going to have a replica of him. But if we can get one guy who can hop around the ring like him, if we can get another guy who throws the left hand like him, if we can just get fighters that can do one of the attributes, that's another reason why we use multiple sparring partners, in hopes that when you combine what these fighters are doing, you're getting close to the full picture, so that when you're in with the real deal Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao, you're fully prepared and there's not a lot of surprises the night of the fight.
This is your second camp now for this year. You're getting back in the groove of things. How are you now back in the groove, and with the injury that you had before? Like, are you feeling like you're the Keith Thurman of 2 years ago?
You know, 30 years old, I don't feel like, you know, the Keith Thurman that was in his 20s, and 2 years of inactivity, you know, but I feel good, and I'm hoping to continue this momentum. And the night of the fight, I plan on feeling great. So I'm really happy with where we are right now, with several weeks to go. There's more in preparation. The work that I did today, I already made some key notes to myself on what I want to bring out of myself for the next few weeks to really know that we're going to be prepared for this fight. I love the fight. I love the matchup. It's an amazing opportunity to share the ring with the legendary Pacquiao. He had a great performance in his last fight, and he's going to try to replicate that again against me. And I just want to present to him a bigger and better challenge, and one that he won't be able to defeat.
Do you feel, though, like yourself again? Do you feel like the speed's back, the power's back, like everything's like running on 8 cylinders?
It's really hard to say, because the 2 years of inactivity, I lost the feeling of what it felt like to be a fighter. At the end of the day, boxing's not new to me, but that's why we're in here working, and I just want to be the best that I can be. 12-round championship boxing is no easy task. My last fight, I was able to move around a lot, and like I said, this fight, I know I always have my feet behind me, but I would like, because Pacquiao is the smaller guy, I would like to be able to push him backwards. That's why you saw today, me moving forward sometimes, getting into my sparring partner's chest. A lot of times I've come accustomed to fighting on the outside, using range, using distance, letting people make mistakes. But now I say, this is just got to be a great fight. I want a great fight. I want to get him on the inside and the outside. So we're trying to prepare for that.
Yeah, 3 things that I noticed from the sparring session that went through my mind was, one, when I saw you exchanging, I thought, oh wow, this is going to be a really good fight, because it's looking like Keith is not afraid to exchange with a guy with quick hands in there. The other thing is, you looked really fast. Even though this was the first time in a while, you look really fast, and I was thinking, okay, if he's looking fast already a month out, he's going to get even quicker by the time the fight comes out. And of course, your timing looked really good in there.
Yeah, this is our second camp of the year. And we took some of the momentum from the Jose Cito Lopez camp, and I have 2 strength and conditioning coaches, and I believe it's going to show. I tell everybody, when you watch fighters perform, you're not just watching their performance, but you're watching the results of their preparation for that performance, right? So people talk about, the way Anthony Joshua looked, however he looked. I didn't watch the whole fight. I did see some highlights and stuff, and it didn't look like he was really there, and heavyweights don't have to make weight, so they don't have to go through, they don't have to force themselves to go through what I must force myself to go through, because I have to do a lot of cardio, the strength and conditioning work, and diet, just to perform, just to step on the scale and make sure that I agree to the contract and I'm not going to get fined anything, And a heavyweight gets to train to the best of their ability, or however they feel that's going to make them prepared for that match. But if he doesn't want to run for 45 minutes a day, he doesn't have to. If he wants to hit the bag for an hour straight and that he calls that his workout, he can do that,